Yes, it's not clickbait. I've done it. Your funny tennis YouTuber has beaten Andy Murray. I know Andy is not in his prime and this was not the most prestigious tournament. But does it matter? Well, actually it does. But still I think I can be proud of it anyway. Fun fact number 1. You know it's not the first time I beat a British tennis legend, don't you? Last time was in 2017 and I stopped another tremendous run from Marcus Willis at Wimbledon.
And that's it. Illya Marchenko earns the victory in 3 straight sets. No fairy tale this year for Britain's Marcus Willis.
I don't know which victory is more significant to me. Number 1 in the world, the winner of 3 Grand Slams, 2 times Olympic gold medalist, or this guy at Wimbledon. I will let you decide, let me know in the comments what you think. Before talking about the actual match against Murray, let me tell you a little bit of our history with Andy. First time we met 10 years ago at the Australian Open 2011, the final score was 6-1, 6-3, 6-3. I had really no chance to win even a set. Our next meeting was again at Australian Open in 2017 on Rod Laver Arena. Andy was number 1 seed and number 1 in the world during that time, so it was pretty easy to find my name in the draw. I was right at the top. That match was closer and I even started with a break up, but it was not without Andy's help and his 3 double faults in the first game. Anyway, I was close to winning a set maybe, but again not even a slim chance to win a match. 7-5, 7-6, 6-2. But there was one positive thing I learned from that meeting. My pre-match tactics against him were actually working. His level was higher to beat me, but I know I could hurt him. Well, not literally, you know what I mean. So this time I was prepared and had a bit more confidence that I can actually beat the legend. Fun fact number 2. All our 3 meetings were during the Australian Open. We started at Margaret Court Arena, then the Rod Laver Arena, and with that we reached the top. So this time it was a challenger in Biella. A bit smaller center court and a bit smaller tournament. Just a little bit. Fun fact number 3. At the beginning there were rumors that he was going to start the tournament in qualification. It would be actually fun to watch. But no surprises there, he ended up getting a wildcard. Fun fact number 4. First time I faced Andy's name in Biella was pretty annoying. There were 4 courts in total, 2 practice courts at the hotel, 1 court at the one side, and the center court at another one. The main issue with that was, and it's pretty common at indoor tournaments, even ATPs, that the center court surface and the bounce was completely different from the other 3. That's why everyone wanted to hit there. We booked our practice for the first slot after the matches with Filip Horansky. We still denying the fact that he has to share his Kimper prize money with me.
Možno to bola aj do určitej miery moja chyba.
Anyway, to my big surprise, in the morning we were informed that we've been moved to the 3rd slot after the matches, because they need the first one for Andy. On all my complaints I've been told, what can we do? It's Andy Murray. At the end our slot was so late, I think it was around 9 PM, and my partner had to play first the next day, so we ended up cancelling our practice. And while in general I'm okay with preferential treatment of the top players, like better hotels, separate transport, different locker rooms and stuff, they have completely deserved it. But I don't think it has to be the case with practices. I don't know if Andy or his coach knew about it, or it was a tournament initiative, but the thing is that most of the players, including myself, are used to it. I was not even complaining that much. It's the same way at all big tournaments where the big guys are involved. We are sharing foreign court for 45 minutes, sometimes at different sites, while big names can practice for 2 hours alone with a coach. At Australian Open in 2017, when the schedule came out and I knew that I would play Andy Murray on Rod Laver Arena, I tried to book it for practice. For those courts, they have a special person, who asked me first who the hell I am to practice there, and told me that everything is booked after my reply. My countrywoman Lisa was more smart and lucky, she booked it way in advance before the schedule, so at least I was able to hit with her. Thank you Lisa, I will never forget that. Fun fact number 5. Before Biella Challenger I was giving an interview to one Ukrainian website, and on question about Andy in Biella, I joked that he was lucky to be at the other part of the draw. I never thought that I would have to stand by my words, especially that soon, but at the end, I was right. I think it's time to tell you about the actual match. And surprisingly, I had it under control from the first games. I broke Andy's serve straight away and then increased my lead by one more break. Andy was not moving very well and my tactics were working great. I can't tell you those in case I play him again, you know. He still leads our head-to-head stats and he might be a regular viewer on my channel. Right, Andy? My serve was working like a charm. During some periods I felt like Ivo or John Isner. Our second set started the same way as the first. I broke the first game on Andy's serve, and at that moment I thought, even if he starts to play much better now, I still have that set and break lead, which I can keep by my good serve. But the image of the game was not changing at all. I was still dominating. To be honest, I couldn't believe what was happening on the court. I had more chances to break in the third game, in the fifth, and in the seventh. Fun fact number 6. I didn't face any breakpoints through the whole match. That's crazy if you ask me, especially against such an opponent. The most difficult part for me was the last game. I got really nervous and really tight. I could barely breathe. At 30 all, I was sure I was gonna lose that game, even after this easy miss by Andy. My hands were still shaking. Second serve. If the mics would be louder, you would hear me praying right now. At this point, I was just pushing like a little girl. At this moment, Ivo's serve was there to help me. But still, look how tight that overhead was. I feel so nervous just watching it. Stupid net. Body serve and a finish with a forehand. That's it. I won it. I beat Andy Murray. Fun fact number 7. From the top guys, Andy is my favorite player. He's just more human than the big 3. Probably didn't help him with the amount of Grand Slam titles, but he has my sympathy. I guess he would swap that any day. But anyway, almost forgot. To those who say that Andy has to retire, go f yourself. Andy is a great player and I'm happy that he is still playing. Or do I have to remind you that he has won one ATP title already? After the surgery? Many players can just dream about it, including myself. Fun fact number 8. I met Andy the day after the match against Marcus Willis in Wimbledon qualis. He was staying in the queue with all other players to get his accreditation. He saw me and congratulated for qualifying for the main draw. Obviously he was watching that match on TV and rooting for Willis. He was one of the top seeds that year. And I was surprised as we are not friends or anything like that. It just shows how cool and down to earth Andy is.